Perfect, sir. I am Manish Sharma from CSC. Today my topic is types of functions in C. You can move for contents of types of functions in C. The introduction and definition of functions, advantages of functions, types of functions in programming, about standard library function, advantages of C library functions, about user-defined functions, elements of a user-defined function, and conclusion. Move for introduction and definition of function. First of all, definition of definition of function. A function is defined as a block of code that performs a specific task when it is called. In other words, a function as a subprogram. Introduction of types of function are C is known as procedure-oriented program language. Since in C every program defined as a function which contains the procedure to process the data. Every C program starts with a user-defined function, main function. When a new program is implemented, main much the user-defined. Advantages of functions. Functions are used to avoid rewriting same logic code again and again in a program. There is no limit in calling C functions to make use of some functionality whether required. We can call functions any number of times in a program and perform any place in a program. A large C program can easily be tracked when it is divided into functions. The core concept of C functions are reusability, dividing a task into small pieces to achieve the functionality and understandability of very large C programs. Types of functions in C. Depending on whether a function is defined by the user or already included in C compilers, there are two types of functions in C programming. Two types of functions in C programming are standard library function, user defined function. First of all, we move for a standard library function. You can see the standard library functions are simply C library functions are inbuilt functions in C program. The prototype and data definitions of the functions are present in their respective header files and must be included in your program to access them. For example, if we want to use printf function, the header file should be included. There is at least one function in any C program, either the main function, which is also library function. This is automatically called when the program starts. Advantages of C library functions. There are many library functions available in C programming to write a good and efficient program. Below are the four important advantages of using standard C library function. The functions are optimized for performance. It saves considerable development time. The functions are portable. Following are the sum of the standard library function. ctype.h int is digit int c, int is print int c, math.h double cos double x, double sign double x. In string .h star char star structure constant character into structure int c, int structure length constant character into structure. We can move for user defined function. Definition of user defined function. A function is a self contained block or a subprogram of one or more statements that perform a special task which is assigned when it is called. See allows programmers to define function. There are three user defined functions. First is function declaration. Syntax for function declaration is return data type, function name, parameter types. Example for function declaration is int add int void add int. Function definition and function definition. Syntax for function definition is return data type, function name, data type 1 variable 1, data type 2 variable 2. Declaration part, it is optional. Executional part, it is mandatory. Return statement, it is optional. Function definition example: int add int add int a comma int v. int c semicolon, c is equal to a plus b semicolon, return c semicolon. In a function call, syntax of function call is function name arguments list. Example for function call is add a comma b semicolon. It is a functional call. And last, conclusion. In conclusion, the function is C programming is a self-contained block of code that performs a specific task. Function in C can be declared with a return type, a name and a list of parameters that are passed to the function. A return statement is required if the return type is anything other than void. A function definition can be placed either after or before the main function. Thank you for your valuable time for listening my PPT, sir.